A very good morning, children. Welcome back to our online video class. Children, let's continue our lesson, the Delhi Sultanate. In previous class, we learnt about Qutbuddin Aibak. He was the first ruler of the slave dynasty. And in today's class, let us learn about his successors, especially Shamuddin Iltutmish. Qutbuddin was succeeded by Iltutmish. He is considered the real founder of the Sultanate. He undertook the following steps. So, after Qutbuddin Aibak, Shamuddin Iltutmish came to the throne of Delhi Sultanate. So, he is considered the real founder of the Sultanate. Why? Because he undertook many steps. So they were as follows. So he shifted the capital from Lahore to Delhi, consolidated his position by suppressing rebellious nobles and Rajput chiefs, refused to give shelter to the ruler of Persia who was being chased by the Mongol chief Chengiz Khan. Iltutmish thus protected the northwest frontiers of the Sultanate against Mongol invasions, expanded the empire up to Bengal in the east, reorganized the land revenue system and minted coins out of gold and silver, completed the construction of Qutb Minar. So, he had undertaken many steps. So, they were as follows. The first one, shifted the capital from Lahore to Delhi, and he consolidated. He brought together into a single whole as a position by suppressing, by putting down rebellious who went against with his. So he put down the nobles and Rajput chiefs who went against with him. Okay, and he refused to give shelter to help the ruler of Persia who was being chased by the Mongol chief Chengiz Khan. So he did not give help or did not give hands to the ruler of Persia who was being chased by the Mongol chief Chengiz Khan. Thus he protected the northwest frontiers, the boundary of the Sultanate against Mongol invasions, expanded, enlarged the empire up to Bengal in the east. He also reorganized the land revenue system and minted coins out of gold and silver, completed the construction of the Qutb Minar. Who started Qutb Minar? Qutbuddin Aibak, and Iltutmish completed the construction of the Qutb Minar. So you can see the picture in the book. Iltutmish had many sons but considered none capable enough to be his successor. So he decided to make his daughter Razia the Sultan of Delhi. The nobles were unhappy with his choice. After the death of Iltutmish, the nobles placed Ruknuddin Firoza, a son of Iltutmish, on the throne. Ruknuddin proved to be an incapable ruler. Razia, with the support of the people of the city, became the ruler. So here Iltutmish had many sons, but they considered incapable because they were not at all having the capacity to rule or to be his successor, to rule the Sultanate of Delhi. So he decided, Iltutmish decided to make his daughter Razia. What was the name of his daughter? Razia, the Sultan of Delhi. But the nobles were unhappy with his choice because they were the men dominated society. So they don't want the girls to rule the Sultanate. So they were unhappy with Iltutmish's choice. After the death of Iltutmish, what they did? The nobles placed Ruknuddin Firoza, he also was one of the sons of Iltutmish on the throne. Ruknuddin proved to be an incapable ruler. He was not at all a capable ruler. So, with the support of the people of the city, Razia became the ruler, as it was the choice of Iltutmish. Now let's know about Razia Sultan. Razia's reign was short but eventful. She proved to be an able ruler. She established law and order and led the army from the front. She also undertook welfare measures such as building roads and setting up dak chowkis or postal stations. The nobles, however, opposed her because they hated taking orders from a woman. Okay, so Razia Sultan reign starts from 1236. So she had ruled the country Delhi only short period from 1236 to 1240. Okay, so it was very short but eventful because it was very important, because she had made many eventful decisions in her reign. She proved to be an able ruler. She established law and order and led the army from the front. She was very brave lady. She also undertook welfare measures. So she took welfare measures for the welfare of the people, such as building roads and setting up the chowkis or postal stations of government postal system. The nobles, however, though she had done many measures for the welfare of the people, still the nobles opposed her because they hated taking orders from a woman. So they were not at all liking her because they don't want to take orders from a woman. Razia further upset the nobles when she tried to reduce their power and took the decisions without consulting them. The nobles got together and revolted. She was deposed in 1240 and died soon after. So the nobles were not at all liking to take the orders from a woman. So what did she did? She further upset the nobles. How did she do? She tried to reduce their power. So the nobles became powerless and she took decisions without consulting them. The nobles got together. So they got together and revolted. So they took the violent action against Razia. She was deposed. What do you mean by deposed? Removing from the reign, from the throne. So she was removed forcefully in 1240 and she died soon after. Period from 1240 to 1266. After the death of Razia and till the accession of Balban, many rulers came to the throne. Of these, Nasruddin Mahmud, another son of Iltutmish, ruled from 1246 to 1266. He was a puppet in the hands of powerful nobles. So here she dies. Then after her, many of the rulers came to the throne. They were not at all capable. Among them, Nasruddin Mahmud. He also was one of the sons of Iltutmish. So he ruled the country from 1246 to 1266. He was a puppet. What do you mean by puppet? So he was controlled by the powerful nobles. So he was not a capable ruler. So he did not take any decision of his own, but he was controlled. He was moved by the powerful nobles. So that's all in today's class. Let's continue our lesson with the next video. Thank you, children. Have a nice day ahead.